वेलकम टू वी लर्न। वी लर्न में आपका स्वागत है। वी आर कवरिंग मर्जर्स एंड एक्विजिशन, सेशन 7, वैल्यूएशन। टॉपिक्स कवर्ड आर इंट्रोडक्शन, वैल्यूएशन अप्रोचेस, इनकम अप्रोचेस, asset based approaches, market approaches, basis of valuation, business valuation methods, modes of valuation, valuation based on earnings, valuation on asset basis, valuing operating and financial synergy, valuing corporate control, and valuing leveraged buyouts. वैल्यूएशन एक ऐसा मीडियम है जिससे a company is able to determine and estimate what is its share and how well they would sell in financial terms, और उसके strategic buyers कौन होंगे. Whenever we talk about valuation, so it takes care of a very holistic picture, as in taking care of the current market scenario and also what would be the economic condition एक business की, एक enterprise की in the particular scenario. Furthermore, अगर हम बात करें तो जो valuation है वो risk factors को भी consider करता है कि उनके क्या repercussion होंगे business पे, or more so how riskier your business would be in comparison to others in the same industry. तो ये comparison एक बड़ा holistic view हो जाता है. हम valuation के approaches की बात करें तो valuation approaches, there are basically 3 kinds of approaches which are very commonly used in any business valuation scenario. तो जो पहली अप्रोच है that is income approach, another is asset based approach, and third is market approach. ये तीनों ही टेक्निक्स जो हैं they help in determining a fair market value of a business, saleable market value of a business. When we talk about, here comes income approach and we will be discussing it in details. जो income approach है ये fair market value को determine करती है by multiplying the benefit stream which are generated by the subject company in with the help of discount or capitalization rate. जो भी benefit streams हैं they are converted into present value with the help of discount or capitalization rate. Now there are several different income approaches which are including capitalization of earnings or cash flows, या फिर there are approaches such as discounted future cash flows which is called as DCF, and the excess earning method जो कि एक hybrid of assets and income approach का होता है. So most of these income approaches ये सारी जो हैं ये these are based on companies historical data, जो उनके past data हैं. It is only one approach, one method which is DCF, discounted future cash, which requires the subject company to provide projected financial data, that is the data which is required, which is the projection of the future. So most income approaches, they look into the companies, they adjusted historical financial data for only a single period, and only DCF, it requires data for multiple future periods. So the discount or capitalization rate, they must be matched to the type of benefit stream to which it is applied. When we talk about asset based approach, तो यहाँ पे value of the business, it is equal to the sum of its total parts, whatever parts are there. So the underlying theory for the asset based approach to business valuation is कि it is based on the principle of substitution, which implies कि कोई भी rational investor होगा, that investor, he would not like to pay for any business asset more than the cost of procuring it. So, and it is a similar economic utility as well. When we talk about market approaches, so ये इकोनॉमिक प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ कंपटीशन पे बेस्ड है ये वाला अप्रोच, विच स्टेट्स दैट कि कोई भी फ्री मार्केट में द सप्लाई एंड द डिमांड दे विल ड्राइव द प्राइस of a business asset, and these forces of demand and supply, they push a price to an equilibrium, to a certain level of equilibrium. So here buyers, they would not like to pay more for the same business, and similarly when we talk about the sellers, they will not accept a price which is lesser than the comparable business enterprise. So when we talk, it is similar in many respects to the comparable sales method, which is commonly used in real estate appraisals. Here the market price of the stock of publicly traded companies, they are engaged in the same or a similar line of business whose shares are actively traded in a free and open market. And that can be a valid indicator of value when the transaction in which stocks are traded, they are sufficiently similar to permit meaningful comparisons. When we talk about bases of valuation, तो बहुत सारे bases होते हैं valuation के, whereas the financial analysis, they also require the case of mergers or takeover, which is comprised of valuation of assets and stock of the acquiree or the target company in which they acquire. He contemplates to invest large amount of capital in cash or other liquid assets. So one basis of valuation is asset value, जो कि asset value है based, it is basically based on the assumption that business is a going concern. When we talk about business as a going concern, in an open market scenario, what happens, when we talk about freehold and building, they are assessed by the valuers. Similarly, when we talk about unexpired period of leasehold property, they have an open market value, which means that the value, it could be realized through open sales in the market. This value is also assessed. So the tangible assets जो कि दिखते हैं, those could be touched, जैसे inventories की हम बात करें, या फिर intangible assets होते हैं business के, like goodwill of the company, they are assessed and valued as per the existing business practices. So goodwill जो होता है, it represents the company's excess earning power capitalized. दूसरे की हम बात करें तो होता है capitalized earning. It's a very popular method which is used and using a predetermined rate of return. और ये जो predetermined rate of return होता है, it is basically done by an investor in routine course on their investment. It is also a very simple rate of return on capital employed. Another is market value. When we talk about market value as the basis of valuation, it is the value which is quoted for listed companies at the respective stock exchanges. तो जो market value है, ये exactly नहीं depict करता real वर्थ जो कंपनी की है, क्योंकि ये बहुत सारी कंसिडरेशंस लेता है, जैसे इंटैंजिबल फैक्टर्स, वो इंटैंजिबल फैक्टर्स जो कि मेजर नहीं किए जा सकते, जैसे कि मैनेजमेंट की क्या एबिलिटी है या इंडस्ट्री के क्या प्रोस्पेक्ट्स हैं और क्या स्ट्रेटेजिक वैल्यू है बिजनेस की इंडस्ट्री में। फिर एक आता है इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू। इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू जो है ये सिग्निफाई करता है कि कितनी कॉस्ट इनकर करी गई है टू एस्टैब्लिश एन एंटरप्राइज। फिर क्या होता है, ये जो कॉस्ट है ये इंक्लूड करते हैं जो ओरिजिनल इन्वेस्टमेंट हुई, एंड प्लस इट ऑल्सो टेक्स केयर ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट विच इज अक्रूड देयर ऑन। Here it helps in determining the sales price of the target company which the acquirer he may be required or asked to pay. फिर होती है बुक वैल्यू की बात। बुक वैल्यू जो है इट बेसिकली रिप्रेजेंट्स टोटल वर्थ ऑफ द एसेट्स, और वो जो टोटल वर्थ है वो कैलकुलेट की जाती है डेप्रिसिएशन को exclude करके after the depreciation, and it is taking care of the revaluation as well. ये fair और equitable basis होता है determining the purchase price of the target company. Here for negotiating for a mergers, book values they are taken into consideration. Then comes cost based valuation. So your cost less depreciation they becomes the basis of fair value only when the company's depreciation policies are fair. ये मेथड है, ये जो है वैल्यूएशन का, it totally ignores the intangible assets like goodwill. So it is not a very fit measurement of valuation in case of takeover. When we talk about reproduction cost, so reproduction cost is basically based on assessing the current cost of duplicating the properties or constructing similar enterprises or materials. ये जो valuation की टेक्निक है, it basically also does not take into account जो भी intangible assets होते हैं उनको, बट हाँ ये प्रिलिमिनरी नेगोशिएशंस के लिए इट बिकम्स अ वेरी गुड मेथड। लास्टली व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट सब्स्टिट्यूशन कॉस्ट, ये बेसिकली एक एस्टिमेट होता है कॉस्ट का, कॉस्ट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टिंग ऑफ द अंडरटेकिंग या फिर एंटरप्राइज का। इट बेसिकली नीड नॉट बी सिमिलर इन डिजाइन टू वन विच इज बीइंग सब्स्टिट्यूटेड। ये जो मेथड है इट इज बेसिकली गुड फॉर वैल्यूएशन ऑफ द प्लांट्स और मशीनरी एंड अदर एसेट्स विच आर इम्पोर्टेंट कंसिडरेशन इन एक्विजिशन बार्गेनिंग। और ये जो मेथड है ये नेगोशिएटेड बार्गेनिंग के लिए भी इट्स अ वेरी गुड मेथड। बिजनेस वैल्यूएशंस की जब हम बात करते हैं, देयर आर न्यूमरस बिजनेस वैल्यूएशन मेथड्स व्हिच आर एप्लीकेबल एंड देयर आर न्यूमरस इंडिविजुअल वैल्यूएशन टेक्निक्स। और ये जो टेक्निक्स हैं दे आर क्लासिफाइड कैटेगराइज्ड इनटू 4 स्टैंडर्ड बिजनेस वैल्यूएशन अप्रोच। जो पहली अप्रोच है विच इज कॉल्ड एसेट एक्यूमुलेशन। एसेट एक्यूमुलेशन अप्रोच की जब हम बात करते हैं तो ये उन प्रीमाइसेस पे बेस्ड है वेयर इट इज वेरी जनरली पॉसिबल टू लिक्विडेट द प्रॉपर्टी, जहां प्रॉपर्टी की लिक्विडेशन बहुत आसान होती है, और या फिर प्लांट और इक्विपमेंट की विच आर द एसेट्स ऑफ अ कंपनी, और दे आर टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन आफ्टर पेइंग ऑफ द कंपनीज लायबिलिटी। वैल्यूएशन of assets which are based on liquidity does not mean that it yields better result. दूसरा है डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो मेथड। जब डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो मेथड की बात आती है, दिस इज बेसिकली अ मेथड विच इज बेस्ड ऑन फ्री कैश फ्लो एंड इज considered to be a very strong tool. Then comes market value. Market valuation method जो है ये कोटेड कंपनीज के लिए ही खाली एप्लीकेबल है. Here the market value, it is basically determined by multiplying the quoted share price of the company by the number of shares issued. फिर है price earning multiple evaluation, that is PE ratio is simply the price of the company's share of common stock which is available in the public market divided by its earning per share. अब मोड्स ऑफ वैल्यूएशन की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो पहला जो है वो होता है वैल्यूएशन बेस्ड ऑन अर्निंग एंड अनदर इज वैल्यूएशन बेस्ड ऑन एसेट्स. सो किसी भी कंपनी की जो वैल्यूएशन होती है वो इन दोनों बेसिस, इन दोनों मोड्स को कंसिडर या फिर अप्रोचेस को कंसिडर करके की जाती है. जब हम वैल्यूएशन बेस्ड ऑन अर्निंग की बात करते हैं, ये एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर मेथड है. So here what happens, एक predetermined rate of return which is expected by an investor on the investment, it is used and which is very much equal to the simple rate of return on capital employed. From the earnings which are drawn and which were declared by the company, items like tax or preference dividends, they are deducted and net earnings, they are taken into consideration. Yes, it is also faced with lot of criticism कि ये past performance पे based है, जबकि fair valuation के लिए जो reliable forecast होते हैं future earnings के लिए, that becomes very essential. एक और व्यू पॉइंट है कि accounting rate of return for valuation like the price earning, it could also be used. जो listed company है, they have their own PE ratios. अब earning analysis जब हम बात करते हैं, it is depicted as price earning ratio is depicted as P, which is equal to earning per share over the earning yields. अब हम बात करते हैं valuation on asset base. तो it is basically for the unlisted or unquoted companies and उनका जो बेसिक होता है फुटिंग वो डिफरेंट होता है एज कंपेयर टू द लिस्टेड एंड द कोटेड कंपनीज. जो रियल वैल्यू होती है एसेट्स की, दे मे और मे नॉट दे रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ द शेयर्स. पर क्या होता है अनकोटेड कंपनीज में देयर आर नो इंडिकेशंस ऑफ things like this which are available for accepting the profitability of the company. Now there are certain criteria which are applied in asset basis valuation. पहली होती है fair value. तो valuation which is based on fair value, it might be appropriate when market value of a company is independent. दूसरा जो होता है वो ओपन मार्केट वैल्यूएशन की बात होती है. यहाँ ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू को जो हम रेफर करते हैं, इट इज द प्राइस of the asset of a company which could be fetched or realized by negotiating sales. Now there are other approaches also. पहला है डिविडेंड अप्रोच. तो डिविडेंड अप्रोच जो होता है ये सिर्फ एक सप्लीमेंटल बेसिस है. फिर आता है सुपर प्रॉफिट अप्रोच. ये बेसिकली इट इज एन ऑनगोइंग कंसर्न अप्रोच विच इज इनहेरिटिंग विद द प्रीमियम which the firm will fetch on sale. फिर होता है हिस्टोरिक कॉस्ट अप्रोच की बात करते हैं, and this is the very conservative method of valuation and nowadays it is not in use. Then comes net realizable approach. ये जो approach of valuation की है, it is not reliable because to find out a replacement cost of the asset which have been depreciated or obsolete, they takes into account. फिर आती है economic value की बात. Economic value of an asset basically they should be so calculated to give its present value. When we say valuing operative and financial synergies, तो yes, there exist some disagreements whether synergy can be valued, और अगर है तो what that value should be. तो एक school of thought कहता है कि synergy is a very vague term and it is too vague to be value, और जितने भी attempt होंगे इसको they would be requiring so many assumption कि वो worthless हो जाता है. There is another school of thought which says that we have to make our best estimates of how much value synergy will create in any acquisition before deciding how much to pay for it. जब भी हम synergy की valuation की बात करते हैं तो synergy they make use of certain assumption about future cash flows or growth or the lack of precision in the process. It does not mean we cannot obtain an unbiased value. Now there are certain steps in the valuing synergy. जो पहला step है the valuation of the firm involved in the merger should be done independently. The second step says that the valuation of the combined firm can be done with no synergy by acting the values obtained for each firm in the first step. Third is the effect of synergy into expected growth rate and the cash flow should be built and combined firm can be revalued with the synergy. So the difference between the value of the combined firm with the synergy and the value of the combined firm without synergy, it provides a value for the synergy. When we talk about valuing corporate control, तो जो business strategies हैं, they many a times they fail into consideration various figures which are related to profitable merger and acquisition. So many a times what happens, it also goes beyond the economic or financial models या फिर cost benefit analysis के beyond चला जाता है. There are hurdles which came in the way of converting the acquisition of reality like price negotiation या फिर high risk in taking over. So these are the things which are taken into consideration. There are traditional control techniques such as budgeting control या फिर standard costing या फिर financial analysis and then internal audit. Now there are other more modern control techniques which takes into account performance budgeting, zero-based budgeting, programmer planning and budgeting system, programmer evaluation and review technique which is called PERT, critical path method CPM. Valuing leveraged buyout. So every restructuring program ये कुछ ना कुछ इसमें additional value जरूर generate होनी चाहिए, additional value to the business owners and to the shareholders. So the sources of value generation जो होते हैं वो पहला है there should be reduction in agency cost and which is very much important source of value in any LBO, leveraged buyouts when we talk about. Then comes the second source basically is of value gain which is associated with efficiency. The third is value gain in case of LBO is tax benefit as in such an operation. So the interest obligation of the private firm is expected to certain tax benefit. And lastly, it is understood that management of investors in an LBO deal, they have more information on the value of the firm. 2 exercises. What are the various modes of valuation and what are the various business valuation methods? Thank you and have a nice day. Keep learning and relearning.